Hi, this video tutorial is to provide a brief overview of the transfer screen. For this demonstration, I'm going to make a manual call. Now, whether you receive an inbound or outbound call and would like to make a transfer, then what you would do is hit this transfer button, and here you'll see the transfer screen with several options available. Now, some of these options will not be available. It just depends on what you have programmed in the dialer in your server. So if you'd like to make a transfer, you could either type in the number manually in this box, and you could either hit the blind transfer option, which means that you will not stay on the line with the customer. It's just going to automatically transfer the call to whoever you're transferring the call to. Or you can make what we call a warm transfer, and it's this green button that's labeled dial with the customer, and you'll see on the line with the customer if you'd like. So for instance, let's say you actually want to pause the call before you transfer the customer, then you'd click on hold. And then you could either talk to the agent or whoever you're transferring the call to, and then unhold the customer so you three can be on the line together and conference together. Now, another way that you can transfer a call is instead of dialing the number manually, let's say it's a phone number that you dial frequently, then you have these transfer presets here at the bottom that can be programmed. D1 through D5. Now these cannot be relabeled, so you would have to remember what each preset is for. Another option, so let's say you have more than 5 numbers that you typically transfer to, then you have the option to click on Transfer Presets, and you can have many transfer options here. And an advantage here is that you can also put the person's name, who you're transferring the call to. So for instance, let's say you transfer the call to an insurance company. Typically, you can have State Farm or Allstate, the agent's name, and then their phone number here. So you would just click on that, and it would the number would generate here, and then you could make your transfer however you'd like. Now, if your transfer is not successful, and let's say the line is busy, nobody answers, this is when you're doing a warm transfer, or just something was wrong with the transfer, then you could always hang up the transfer line, which is this yellowish orange button, and try your transfer again. Now, if your transfer was successful, and you want to just go ahead and leave the three-way call, then you would click on this button that kind of looks like sort of like a wishbone. Click on leave three-way call, and then your customer and whoever you transferred the call to will stay on the call to talk amongst themselves. Now, in any case that you actually just want to disconnect both lines, you want to hang up from the customer and from the person you transferred the call to. Let's say you were having a three-way call and you guys all conference together and just want to hang up, then you can hang up both lines as well. Now here you have this drop-down menu, and this is for different in-groups. For instance, this one happens to say Agent Direct, and if I were to click on Local Closer, it would transfer to the call to any of my agents that are available, that are also using the Parrot dialer. You could also, have the ability to create different in-groups. If you have a special sales group or just another type of group, you can program these in here as well and transfer to those people. Now, let's say you're doing a warm transfer and you get an IVR menu. So if you get that and it says press 1 to reach so-and-so, press 2 to reach so-and-so, you would go ahead and use your keyboard keypad and just type in the number here, if it's like 1 or 2 or whatever number, and that's what the DTMF field is for. Now, something else that might be very useful is if you are transferring from agent to agent, you want to click on this consultative button in any case that you want the information from the customer to be transferred over. For instance, let's say I call Veronica and all her information has popped up here, and Veronica is interested in talking to a closer. So I would click on this consultative button and I could either put in my agent's extension here or just transfer them this way. And all this information from Veronica would get transferred over to my other agent. Now here we have this group, choose a group alias button, and this is more applicable for manual calls. So if not really transferred, so it might be moved in the future, but if you are making a manual call and let's say you work with different insurance companies, insurance company 1, insurance company 2, and they all have different numbers, you can choose the insurance company. For instance, insurance company 1, and that caller ID from that insurance company would show up when you make that manual call. And this dial override feature is not really applicable to this, so it will probably be taken off at a later time, so just ignore that. And then here you have the voicemail drop option. So let's say that you are making a manual call and you hit an answering machine. You have the ability to make a voicemail drop into their voicemail, and that's about it. So that was a brief overview of the transfer option screen.